Hello, Central Florida is aware and prepared. Hope all is well for everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes to discuss some preparedness tips with you while Hurricane Isaias is headed straight towards us. No expert, I'm just sharing my own experiences from growing up here in Florida my whole life. First, let's note that this is a Category 1 hurricane. It's not considered a major storm, but we should expect some heavy wind and rain. The Saffir-Simpson scale classifies storms with 74 to 95 mile per hour winds as Category 1 hurricanes. Here in East Central Florida, hopefully we'll only observe tropical storm force winds, which generally sustain speeds between 39 and 73 miles an hour. There's still potential for some damage to mobile homes, roofing materials, and unprotected windows. Let's talk about personal safety. Those of us that have experienced hurricanes before have observed that the initial outer bands of storms rolling in bring some heavy lightning, wind gusts, and even the potential for tornado activity. It is important to have a safety plan with your family that dedicates a solid interior room, without windows if possible, to hunker down in if conditions become dangerous. The plan should include having this room ready with storm supplies, as you may not have time to gather them should the safety of your home be compromised. It's also important to know your evacuation routes. Safeguarding your property. Take some time well before these kinds of storm events to secure items that may blow around in your yard. It is strongly suggested to board up your windows to protect them from wind-propelled debris. Personally, I'm not a fan of taping windows, but your mileage may vary. Every summer, it is important to check the health of your trees and their branches to ensure there are no risks to your home if they fall. When a hurricane is headed my way, I do my best to park my vehicles in places that are away from areas where trees and branches may fall. You could even park your vehicle sideways in front of your garage to buffer some of the winds pushing against your door. For a secure state of mind, I suggest reviewing your insurance policies at the beginning of every hurricane season. Make sure that the kinds of damages that can be caused by summer storms are covered in your policies. These could be things like flood, lightning, structure, hail, wind, etc. Something else to be aware of is damage from sinkholes. These can be caused by heavy rain. We've seen sinkholes surprise our Florida communities before when hurricanes stalled out over land, dumping large amounts of rain that overflowed our drainage systems. Alright, let's discuss supplies. This time of year specifically, C.F.A.A.P members should be well supplied. We're managing our way through the coronavirus and we're well into this hurricane season. What kinds of supplies do I suggest everyone have for a large storm? Replenishments. This is pet supplies, food, water, like a gallon for drinking per person per day, maybe a couple gallons for washing per person per day, necessary medications, toiletries, fuel, and batteries. Food items should be non-perishable. Have a plan in case you lose the electricity to your refrigerators. Some members have a cooler full of ice ready as a backup to prevent losing the items in their freezers. Communications. This would be charged electronics, charged phones, and decent radio communications. Cash wouldn't hurt to have on hand. First aid supplies such as an IFAC or individual first aid kit. Some clothing and necessities packed in case you need to leave your home after the storm. A lot of members have bug-out bags prepared year-round to support their various activities. Alternative electricity sources. Be careful handling and redistributing electricity. Pay attention to the load you are putting on various components of your electrical system. Monitor the wattage and/or the amperage on wiring and be certain your alternative electrical source is not posing a hazard to others, especially linemen that may be making repairs. Utilize transfer switches and make sure any extension cords you may use are heavy duty. Is your generator well maintained? Did you check the air filter? Fresh oil? Clean fuel system? Do you have chains or bike locks as an anti-theft precaution? Did you conduct a test run this season? Most importantly, if you utilize a generator, make sure there is adequate ventilation. I suggest using fans to ensure there is an airflow out of the exterior area that your generator is being used. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. Electricity can cause death and serious property damage as well. Use care, Be prepared ahead of time so you don't find yourself tempted to cut corners. I'll support this information by quoting Benjamin Franklin. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. The C.F.A.A.P team is wishing everyone well through this hurricane season. I look forward to reading the experiences and additional tips that our community will share in the comments. Take care, everyone.